I would call to order the Village of Westmont Planning and Zoning Commission meeting for November 9, 2011. May we have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Anton?
Here.
Commissioner Fleet?
Here.
Commissioner Fidesco?
Here.
Commissioner Pill?
Here.
Commissioner Thomas?
Here.
Commissioner Van Buren is here, and Chairman Richard?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Okay, if you would please all rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
While I have you standing, anybody that will give any testimony tonight, either for or against any item, you need to be sworn in. So if you'd please raise your hand. I swear that any testimony I give this evening will be the truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God.
I do.
Okay? And I would ask, please, that you silence any and all electronic devices. First item is approval of the minutes of our October 12th meeting.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Pill, seconded by Commissioner Anton. Question on the motion?
None.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Anton?
Yes.
Commissioner Fleet?
Yes.
Commissioner Fidesco?
Yes.
Commissioner Pill?
Yes.
Commissioner Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner Van Buren votes yes, and Chairman Richard?
I pass. Okay, before we start new business, Shannon, you had something to say about a
Yes,
meeting from last week?
correct.
Or
To
last
follow
month?
up on last month's meeting, there was a petition for 37 West Quincy. The petitioner has withdrawn that special use permit due to not reaching terms with the property owner. So we may see them come forward at another time with another property location.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, new business. Planning and zoning item 11043. Keith Newman of Greenscape Homes regarding the property located at 215 West 59th Street for the following. Preliminary plat of subdivision request to split one lot into two buildable lots in the R3 Single Family Detached Residence District. If you'd please give your name and sign in.
Good evening, Commissioners. I'm Ken Newman, actually, Keith's dad, so you got both of us here tonight, so appreciate your time. Proposal in front of you is really pretty simple. We've got a lot that's 150 feet wide by 142 feet that we've acquired on 59th Street, and we'd like to split that lot in half, so we've got two 75-foot wide parcels. The property was in front of you a number of years ago by a different developer and went through some of the approval process and potential annexation in the sanitary district and those kind of things. So to some degree, we're picking up after them and we're looking at the property. We're back in front of yourselves and staff, of course, and asking what's changed, what works, what didn't work back then. It was pretty well through the approval process. The sanitary district had approved it and those kind of things. So it's really very simple. We're just taking one big lot, breaking it into two lots. It's within the zoning classification already. There are some engineering issues on the property. We took the proposal from several years ago with stormwater management along the front, along 59th Street, and really increased that volume based on current requirements. And feedback from staff and engineering today talked about really a different design and some ideas that they had suggested, which actually we prefer better than what we had designed. And, you know, assuming we get positive feedback from you guys, we will continue to do some re-engineering at this point. And you know, really, we're pretty young into the site, if you will. We're looking for feedback, answering questions, trying to make sure what we're doing is in conformance with everything in the city. We're not looking for any variances or any of those kind of things. So it's really pretty simple.
Okay, is there anybody from the public who will speak on this? Close the public comment. I'm going to say something to my fellow commissioners. We have a lot of notes in here concerning engineering, stormwater detention, and so, but it is my understanding that the bulk standards, there's no deviation whatsoever being required on the bulk standards.
There is no deviation. The lot lines that are being proposed are consistent with the zoning requirements. The one issue, just to make the commission aware of, and the petitioners discussed this with staff earlier today, was that the proposed relocation of the detention would result in a slightly lesser lot coverage requirement by about 700 square feet, and they were amenable to that idea. So
Okay,
that will
but-
be part of the plat that you are approving. But other than that, that is correct. The
That
engineering.
deviation will still meet all of our bulk standards.
Correct, it'll actually be less
Okay.
than the
So I
maximum.
would caution everybody that with all of the engineering notes for stormwater retention, that's not before us tonight. We're just doing a simple yes or no on a lot subdivision, as I understand it. Okay. We'll start with Commissioner Thomas.
Like you said, there's very little, it's a simple, straightforward thing. I have no questions.
Commissioner Pill.
While it meets the letter of the law and certainly merits our support, this lot, in looking at an aerial view, almost seems to me to be the type of lot that should not be split. And as it moves forward to the village board, perhaps they will look at it with a different set of eyes. But when you look at the depth of the lots that's surrounded on both sides, both on 59th and on Cumner, cutting this into two is going to make two lots that are much smaller than all the lots in that area. And we've had stormwater issues in this town, and this is part of the reason why we have it, is that we keep overbuilding areas. And this seems to be a perfect lot, frontage near a golf course and things like that, that would seem to me to merit a larger type of home as opposed to shoehorning two in. I understand exactly that legally it fits, and I'm certainly going to support it with my vote also. But I would just like to say that when you look at this from above, this is the type of lot that should stay as one lot. That's just my personal feeling. No further comments.
Commissioner Anton.
I also agree with my fellow commissioner. I drove by and it seemed smaller than it shows on here, 150 feet wide, but of course we'll follow the letter of the law on it.
Commissioner Van Buren.
Yeah, I would echo what Commissioner Pell said, and I will also support it.
And Commissioner Fidesco.
Okay, I know the area well because I live off 59th Street, but east of Cass, so I drive down 59th often. This does seem to be a small lot, although technically it can be subdivided. I'm just curious, are you intending on actually developing the parcels as well, or just subdividing them and getting them ready for sale?
No, we're purely doing this to build homes on it. We are building homes throughout the marketplace right now, brand new homes, and buying tear downs, distressed lots, solving, we just bought a big property on Fairview Avenue from Fairview Ministries that, they went under, unfortunately. So I'm Ken Newman from Newman Homes, if any of you remember that. So I've developed about 31,000 home sites in my lifetime, built over 12,000 homes in this marketplace. I'm a home builder. That's my heart is, my passion is. We'll be building homes on these lots as soon as we
And
get
as far as the size of these homes, are you actually going to try to build to the max to, within code, or are you going to make these reasonably sized homes for the lots? Because the lots, when you look at it, technically it's fine, but, it's going to be very, very small backyards. They'll be, if you make them large homes, they're going to basically have nothing other than a retention area and a just teeny backyard.
We're anticipating right now building one of two homes that we're building elsewhere in the Downers Grove area right now. So we build a product that's the smallest house we put on this is a Stratford. It's 2,550 square feet, two-story home. I think we can, even with the revised engineering we're looking at, I think we can get 3-car garages on them yet in width. And the other house we contemplate right now is what's called the St. Ives. St. Ives is 3,040, let's say 3,050 feet. And again, we're anticipating we can still get a 3-car garage on it. And those are the homes we'd be putting on there. Price point would be not locked down, but we're between $450,000 and $500,000. And again, it's very similar to what we're doing within probably 2 miles of this site, and have built numerous ones this year in Downers Grove already.
Okay,
So,
that's all the information I need. Thank you.
I'm sorry, Commissioner Fleet?
Yeah, it's just on my drive-through, it just looks, compared to like the lot that's just immediately south of you is the full depth lot of what the other ones are. And I can see looking to put 2 houses on there, but I don't know, you're the marketing expert. I'm looking at it from our perspective here, and as it's worded right here, I don't have any problem with what you got going on. It's just that the marketing end of it and how the other parts of the neighborhood are shaped up might be a factor.
I pretty much echo my fellow commissioners. I have no problem whatsoever. You do meet all of our standards whatsoever. I can see where there is going to be a problem with detention and with aesthetics. That aside, what I'm talking about now has no effect what I'm going to vote on in the next few minutes. But did you ever think of maybe underground storage in the backyard? Might be a thought. Okay, anybody else have any? Since we are voting on a straight lot split, no deviation whatsoever from our standards, I would entertain a motion to recommend approval to the Board of Trustees under Planning and Zoning Item 11043, a preliminary plat of subdivision request to split 1 lot into 2 buildable lots in the R3 Single Family Detached Residence District.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, that's Commissioner Thomas with the motion and Commissioner Anton with the second. Question on the motion. May we have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Fleet?
Yes.
Commissioner Fidesco?
Yes.
Commissioner Pill?
Yes.
Commissioner Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner Van Buren votes yes. Commissioner Anton?
Yes.
And Chairman Richards?
Yes. All right, sir, you have our recommendation, which is all it is, and staff can tell you when you go before Thursday evening committee of the whole, or the Board of Trustees. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. It just gives them frontage. This is a good idea.
Next item on the agenda, Planning and Zoning, Item 11044. Remy Saviscus regarding the property located at 6601 South Cass, Unit G. It's printed as Unit F, but it's actually Unit...
F.
No, it's not.
It's
No?
Unit G.
Those people got
Unit
pretty
G.
frightened when we heard that they were asking if they were moving.
I'm sorry,
When I went in-
okay. Unit G it is.
When I went in and told them they were moving, they got quite upset.
F is occupied. Yeah.
But anyhow, a special use permit request to operate a wrestling school in the B2 Limited Business District. And I apologize for not pronouncing your name better.
Chairman, if we could, for the record, we'll state then that the delineation of the unit was a scrivener's error and that it is Unit G.
Unit G.
Okay, Josh?
If you would, please, sir.
Good evening, Commissioners. Thank you for your time. I would like to apologize. My English, it's my second language, but I try to do my best. And what I would like to do to open the wrestling school, have somewhere around 30 to 40 children, split them into 3 or 4 groups of different ages, and each group shouldn't be more than 10 kids. So class times should be somewhere from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. So it's after school time. It's convenient for parents and kids. So that's about it.
All right, seeing nobody in the audience, we will close the public comment, and we'll start with Commissioner Fleet.
So from 6 to 8 p.m., Monday through Saturday, or how would you do that?
It depends how many kids I'm gonna get. If it's gonna be around 40, so I would say I'm gonna start on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Saturday should be from 11 till 1 o'clock. So one class, it should be about an hour. So each group will get two lessons, 2 classes a week.
Okay, so 2 classes a week?
Yes,
okay.
for each group.
Will you be traveling to other meets with the kids, so they'll wrestle other kids?
It's with the time. It depends how kids gonna grow and how their skills gonna improve with the time.
And would you ever look at having a meet at your place?
No,
and the
no.
site is small? Okay.
No competition, I think, just a training.
No further. Thank you.
Commissioner Fidesco?
Yeah, I have one question. Are you planning on having any retail, selling any products for the students or any general public?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. If I can do that, yeah, probably I will.
Would you have, how large of a space would you use for that purpose versus the school, the training area?
It's shouldn't take I'm gonna have just examples to show, and I'm gonna get it from house.
Okay. All righty. This is, as you know, general business district, but primarily retail space. And I was wondering if you had looked at other spaces, not retail area spaces for your school.
No, I haven't.
Okay. Thank you.
Commissioner Van Buren?
This is, I read about your background, and it's pretty impressive.
Thank you.
And are you working in conjunction with any schools to get your kids to work with the programs, their wrestling programs?
No, not yet.
Not yet. So this is basically just a startup now?
Correct, yes.
Do you have a core of kids you've talked to that you're going to have as students, or are you just going to hope they come?
I'm going to advertise, and I was working with Ken Chertoff, if you heard of him. He's one of U.S. team Olympians, and he organizes summer camps all over the United States. So I worked with him, and many kids knows me already. So I have met them in those wrestling camps.
Okay.
But actually, yes, I'm planning to advertise myself in the newspapers and web.
As we went there today and saw what's going on in that particular space,
Yeah,
there's a medical lab in there, which I suspect is not revenue producing in terms of sales tax revenue either. And yet there are some there that are. But I don't have any problem with it, and I would wish you best of luck in your endeavor.
Commissioner Ranton?
Good luck.
Commissioner Pill?
I like the idea. I wish you luck also.
Thank you.
Commissioner Thomas?
Welcome to Westmont.
Thank you.
And not to be outdone, I also welcome you. I'll be very happy to see you open up.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, staff might have just one suggestion. When this goes before the village board, I'd like to suggest a couple of the village trustees that maybe this gentleman could demonstrate his Greco-Roman moves on and kind of clarify what he could.
We'll give him a short
But I
list.
need to find someone my weight
I've
class.
got a couple I'd
Oh,
like
right
them
here,
to start on.
stand.
I want to
Can
fall
I
on
submit
you.
some names?
Dining since 7.
Hungry already.
All right. Since we have a request for a special use, we need readings of the findings of fact, so if we may have that, please.
Criteria number 1, that the establishment, maintenance, or operation of the special use will not be detrimental to or endanger the public health, safety, morals, comfort, or general welfare. The proposed use will be conducted completely indoors in an existing strip center tenant space and will not result in adverse noise, light, odors, traffic, parking, or other adverse impacts on surrounding properties. Criteria number 2, that the special use will not be injurious to the use and enjoyment of other property in the immediate vicinity for the purposes already permitted, nor substantially diminish or impair property values within the neighborhood. All operations will be conducted indoors in an existing tenant space and will not adversely affect surrounding properties. Criteria number 3, that the establishment of the special use will not impede the normal and orderly development and improvement of surrounding property for uses permitted in the district. The proposed use will occupy an existing tenant space in a strip center and will not impede the orderly development of the surrounding property. Criteria number 4, the adequate utilities, access ways, drainage, and other necessary facilities have been or are being provided. The property is connected to all essential utilities, and public sidewalks and off-street parking are available for the applicant's use. Criteria number 5, that adequate measures have been or will be taken to provide ingress and egress so designed as to minimize traffic congestion in the public streets. The property contains adequate ingress and egress from Cass Avenue and contains sufficient off-street parking to accommodate this use. Criteria number 6, that the special use shall in all other respects conform to the applicable regulations of the district in which it is located, except as such regulations may in each instance be modified by the village board pursuant to the recommendation of the Plan Commission. No variances are required for this proposed use, and the use meets all other regulations of the B2 General Business District. Criteria number 7, the proposed use meets the special conditions of special condition number 2. This use will not cause appreciable traffic congestion or hazard to pedestrian safety. The class size is expected to be 10 students plus 1 instructor, and sufficient off-street parking exists to accommodate this use. Public sidewalks are available for students who walk or bike to this facility.
If you agree with these findings, please raise your hand. We are unanimous in agreement. Therefore, the findings of fact for a special use are adopted. Okay, I would entertain a motion to recommend approval to the Board of Trustees. Under Planning and Zoning Item 11044, a special use permit request to operate a wrestling school in the B2 Limited Business District.
Thank you.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Anton, seconded by Commissioner Van Buren. Question on the motion? May we have roll call, please?
Commissioner Fidesco?
Yes.
Commissioner Pill?
Yes.
Commissioner Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner Van Buren votes yes. Commissioner Anton?
Yes.
Commissioner Fleet?
Yes.
And Chairman Richard?
Yes. All right, sir, you have our unanimous recommendation, and staff can tell you when you'll have to go before a Thursday evening committee of the whole.
Thank you.
Okay, good luck to you, sir.
Look.
As everybody knows, Mr. Kimball is retiring. I believe Friday is your last day.
Yes, sir.
And there's to be an open house for you on Monday that I'm very happy to attend. I've been invited to it. And I would just want to thank you for myself. You've helped me very, very much. And I think you've been invaluable to the village. And I, for one, am very sorry to see you go.
Thank you, sir.
Second.
I'd like to echo that also and say thanks for all your service to the village and to specifically to the Planning and Zoning Commission. And you've helped clarify a lot of murky points for us, explain things, and you've led us, and we've had some very interesting things over the years we've been together. And I appreciate the leadership and all the guidance that you've given us. Thank you, Fred.
On many occasions, I've noted from this chair the cooperation that your department has brought residents who come before us with questions and that, and you and your staff have gone out of your way to help them be able to present their case to us, and we really appreciate it, and it will be a loss to the village. Thank you.
I echo all those statements, and I feel the same way, Fred.
Want to go fishing sometime, let me know. Poor Shannon, she's going to have nobody to help her.
Fred, I wish you the best of luck.
Do we have anybody who wishes to make birthday greetings?
Happy birthday to Marine Corps tomorrow.
To all our Marine Corps friends out there, happy birthday and Semper Fi. God bless the United States military. Motion to adjourn?
Well, Mr. Chairman, before you do that, I'd just like to tell you what a privilege and an honor it's been to serve the village of Westmont, and I've especially enjoyed my time working with this very fine body. It's been fun. We don't always agree on everything, but I think that makes it interesting, and I think because we do respect each other's opinions and can disagree from time to time, that makes that much better resulting decisions that come out of this body. And I thank you all for your service to the community, and I've very much enjoyed working with you all.
Thank you very much, sir. Okay, would I entertain a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Motion by Commissioner Anton, seconded by Commissioner Pill. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.